Football is a sport that glorifies the skill positions and scoring touchdowns, but what many people neglect is where that all starts, in the trenches. And when you're looking at truly Super Bowl teams that win it all, they have great offense and defensive line play. And San Francisco is a team who truly buys into this philosophy. On the defensive line, they have Javon Hargrave, Eric Armstead, and signed a massive contract with Nick Bosa. But in this previous game against the Minnesota Vikings, we saw next to no production. They had 0 sacks in this game. So with it clear, the Niners need to get to quarterbacks more frequently. I want to suggest the usage of 2 players more frequently, Randy Gregory and Kevin Givens. Starting out with Randy Gregory. One of the most important things for defensive linemen is how well they fit a coach's scheme. Gregory with the Broncos frankly didn't fit that scheme. They were dropping him in coverage like a linebacker, but here I think we can see Gregory fitting San Francisco's scheme with Chris Kasarik nicely. Right here, they're running a stunt. What this does is cause Randy Gregory to burst up the field and then kind of drop back and come back underneath to get to the quarterback. I think this does 2 things. It freezes the tackle by having that explosive burst from Gregory, and then Hargrave shooting outwards takes the guard with him and allows Gregory to utilize his long arms and his athletic skill set to get to the quarterback. Gregory isn't just some athletic freak though, he also has some crazy football intelligence. On this play, we can see Gregory's holding in the tight end longer to allow Tashawn Gibson to get on top of him. What this forces PJ Walker to do is hold the ball longer, long enough to actually allow Gregory to get to him, and while PJ Walker's forcing it deep, this causes an errant throw. Moving over now to the Vikings game, we can see Gregory's responsible for disrupting a screen. But this isn't the only aspect of Gregory's game I like. He's also really adequate in the run game, especially with getting these guys strung out. What I love is his ability to get off blocks. He's able to throw them off, it seems like last second, and then make the tackle. Right here, for example, we can see Gregory working on the tackle, and while he doesn't beat the tackle initially, he does work hard enough to get back into the play and make this tackle. An additional aspect of Gregory's game that many of the Niners' other players don't offer is the ability to drop him into coverage. He did play somewhat of a linebacker position previously, so we saw Steve Wilks actually drop him in coverage against the Cleveland Browns. While this resulted in an immediate sack, this is something to be noted and an interesting aspect of Gregory's game. This could really confuse a quarterback. While I wouldn't love to see Gregory doing this all the time, it is an interesting aspect of his game. Moving now from the defensive end position, now looking inwards to the defensive tackle position, someone who's made a ton of plays this season every time they get an opportunity is Kevin Givens. When examining Givens, something that's extremely impressive is how quickly he gets away from blocks. Take this play against the Minnesota Vikings, for example. He's somehow able to avoid a double team block directed towards him, and because he gets off the line of scrimmage so quickly, he's in the backfield and stuffs this run for minimal gain. When examining Givens' games, one of the most impressive aspects has to be his ability to get to the ball carrier. For instance, against the Cleveland Browns, he did this numerous times. For example, Givens is being double teamed on this play, but he has the ability to fight off the double team and be in on the tackle. So while to many, Givens is just a rotational piece, I do think Givens makes big plays when plays are needed. So when it comes down to those goal line situations, I personally wouldn't be opposed to seeing more Givens in there. He's someone that seemingly is able to get back in the backfield and stop the run, despite if he's being double teamed or not. Now moving over to Randy Gregory, I think he fits exactly what this Niners team needs. They need someone like a D4 type to go ahead and be the bookend opposite of Nick Bosa. Gregory is someone who can get these opportunities. He's extremely athletic and looks ready to go with San Francisco. He already has his first sack of the year, and even during this game against the Minnesota Vikings, I was impressed with Gregory getting off the ball, getting up the field, and even getting in the backfield at times. But these are just 2 players I'd be interested in seeing more of during this Bengals game, and I'd like to hear who you'd like to see more of down below. It would also mean a ton to me if you liked and subscribed. And as always, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day.